What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Come one, come all to our weekly lives. What's going on, everybody? What's up? As you come in, drop in the comments where you tuning in from. You know, we about to give out crazy value every single week like we do every single week. Drop in the comments, where is it that you're tuning in from? Where are you at on this good Monday? Who else is kind of like getting affected by the time zone situation, man? Ray Mac, what's up, man? I appreciate you. Appreciate it. Thank you. The time zone kind of threw me off now because now I'm back on kind of like Pacific time. So I almost missed this because I thought it was going to be in another hour. What's up from Nigeria? What's up? What's up? All right, y'all, listen, today, New York City in the building. I'm tuning in from Arizona, man. Wow, what's good, bro? Hey, we got to catch up, man. We got to catch up. I was just talking to Lawrence the other day, man. We need like another guys trip sometime. Veronica, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right, y'all, listen, today is going to be so much value as it is every single week. We're going to be talking about the importance of following the instruction of spirit, right? I'm going to share with y'all a story and the importance of doing that, right? So first, when we talking about following the instruction of spirit, first of all, can you hear me clear? I'm outside on my balcony and somebody's playing some music underneath me. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Give me like a thumbs up if I'm clear. If you can hear me clearly, give me like a thumbs up. Or let me know if I need to go in the house. I just like being outside in the sun. If you can hear me clearly, give me a thumbs up. If the music is not a problem or anything like that, I'm just assuming y'all can. All right, cool. Right on, V. All right. So, follow the instruction of spirit. Some of the greatest progress that I've ever made in my life, it came from gaining instruction and following that. And if you've been listening to me, if you've been tuning in, especially if you're a client, right, you may have heard me talk about this concept a little bit. But I want to go a little deeper in today. And I also want to kind of do some more storytelling, right? I know a lot of people are listening to me for the first time, the people that join me on the lives, the people that rewatch these replays. So I want to tell a little bit of story about how did I get here and how this lesson today ties into it. So the topic of today's story is following the instructions of spirit. Following the instructions of spirit. And what I mean by instruction is this, is that most people, you may have heard me said this before, but most people, they treat their ideas as an idea. And understand, most of the ideas that you have, especially the dreams and the visions and desires you have, those are not just ideas, those are instructions. What do I mean by that? The idea that you've been having, the dream that you've been having for the past 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, is something in your life that you knew that, man, I know I'm supposed to do this. I know that I could. Something's been like, it's the thing that keeps you up at night. It's a dream that doesn't leave you, right? It's the thing that is with you. It's like it's stuck in your mind. And you know that you're supposed to be doing something, right? Drop a 777 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Everybody has that thing that it's like, man, something's been telling me to do this for the last 3 years, the last 5 years. Or maybe you finally did do it and you're like, man, I could have been doing this years earlier, right? Everybody has had something like that, an idea, a goal. It's like when you're thinking about inventing something and then you see somebody else do it, you're like, man, I thought about that 5 years ago. I could have been and did that, right? So the idea that is on your mind, that is on your heart for year after year after year, that's no longer an idea. That is an instruction. That's spirit giving you an instruction. Veronica, I need you to bring this into this world. I need you to create this in this world. I need you to put this out in this world. That is an instruction. And where most people go wrong is the thing that they know they should be doing, and something keeps telling them that's the thing they need to do. You're not doing it because you're thinking of like an idea, something that I could choose to do or I choose not to do. But if you start looking at those things as instructions, something's telling me to call this person. Something's telling me to cut this person off. Something's telling me to move to this city. Something's telling me to launch this business. Something's telling me to create this series. Something's telling me to create this content. When you start treating your ideas as instructions, your life will significantly go to a different level. See, most of the things that I have, I don't just treat as an idea, right? There's things that come in my mind and they go. They're here in one moment and they're gone the next. Those are just ideas that just pop up based off of environment. You see something, you think something. But the thing that is on my spirit, that is like I know, 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 that's no longer an idea. That is an instruction. That is spirit telling me, hey, listen, here's what I need you to do. Here's what I need you to fulfill on. It's like spirit placing an order and bringing it back to you and you the chef. And you're like, now I want to cook something else. But Spirit's like, yo, listen, this is what we ordered. Like, I need you to fulfill in this order. Because when you fulfill in this order, you get payment. You get praise. You get glorification. But until you fulfill in this order, I can't give you all that. When you go to that steakhouse and you place your order, you want the people to bring it back to you exactly how you placed it. You gave them clear instructions. No bacon. Right, light on the butter, right, whatever that is, right, medium well. If everybody want to buy me a steak, I know my order now, right? But you gave them clear instruction, and you want them to bring it back because now when they bring it back, what happens? You eat it. You say, oh my God, this is the best place ever. You tell everybody about it. You leave a review. You tip. You go back. You pour into that person. Why? Because they have followed the instructions the way that you give it to them. What spirit operates the exact same way. When spirit orders you to do something and you follow it to the exact same way that spirit told you to do it, then now you get all the benefits of that. You get spirit jumping into your life. You get spirit bringing more people to you. The same way if you had a good steak, you're going to bring more people to that restaurant. Great. When we follow the instruction of spirit is going to give you partnerships. Spirit is going to give you relationships. Spirit is going to give you opportunities. Spirit is going to give you situations for you to be praised. Spirit is going to leave you a tip. Come on now. Is y'all with me? Is y'all here with me? Is y'all really hearing me right now? It's the exact same thing. But spirit wants you to create the instruction the exact same way that it was given to you. Move to this city. Launch this business. Leave this job. Leave this relationship. Cut this person off. Let go into a season of soloness. Go into a season of stillness. And when you follow instruction, things are going to start creating and manifesting in your life because you're no longer just doing it by yourself. You have spirit on your side. That's what I mean by following the instruction, is that spirit is giving you an instruction. And a lot of you are disobedient. And blessings come through obedience. I get blessed for my obedience, right? I want you to affirm that for yourself. I affirm that for myself. I get blessed for my obedience. Spirit, what is it that you want me to do? And when I do it, I'm anticipating blessings because of it. I'm anticipating that. When the chef cooks that perfect steak, he's anticipating somebody to come back and say, oh my God, that steak was so good. Oh my God, this is the best steak out. He's anticipating a 5-star review, right? Because he know how he cooked it up. He know how he followed the instructions of what the client, the customer gave to him. Well, when you start following the instruction of spirit, you can start anticipating blessings to overflow. But what's occurring and what's the problem with a lot of you is that you're not taking action on the instruction that was given to you. So you can't be in a vibration of anticipation. Yeah, you can't be in a vibration of anticipation because you're in a vibration of, I know I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I know I could be doing more. I know I should. You're in a shoulda, coulda, woulda vibration. And that vibration lacks power. Yeah, and made with love. Don't say you're right. Right? There's a shoulda, coulda, woulda vibration. It lacks power because it makes you doubt yourself. It makes you stop believing in yourself. It makes you less confident in yourself. Every time you say, I should have did this, I could have did this, man, I would have done this. None of those allow you to create anything positive in this world. It's when I did it. That's where creation happens. I did it. Anything else is just creating lack. It's creating scarcity. It's creating not good enough. It's creating an attempt, but it's not there. But when you can get to the point where you say, I did it. Hey, yo, Spirit told me to do this. I did it. You want to know that I'm telling you, the most beautiful times in my life, it came in things where I just did it and I had no boundaries. I had no idea how I did it. My first Tony Robbins event, right? I posted a picture with Tony Robbins. A lot of people ask me, how did I end up meeting Tony Robbins? If you don't know, Tony Robbins is he's the biggest personality and personal development that there is. You're talking about a guy bringing out 10 to 15,000 people just to change their lives. Like, it's crazy. He can bring out more people than some of y'all favorite rappers, right? But how did I go to Tony Robbins? Cool. When I got out of jail, I got sentenced to 3 years on house arrest. So when I'm on house arrest, I spent the year in jail. I was facing 10 years in jail. Had open cases in 5 different counties throughout my city. I was facing up to 6 figures. Facing up to 10 years in prison. I lost over 6 figures. So when I'm in jail, right, I spent about a year in jail fighting cases. And by the time I got out, I got sentenced to 3 years on house arrest. And when I was on house arrest, I said, you know what? I'm never going to go back to jail. Something has to change. Well, I started listening to personal development. And then I came past Tony Robbins listening to motivational speeches. And then after I came past Tony Robbins, I looked to see when his next event was. And I saw his event was coming up. It's just the problem is, and don't listen to this story as if it's about me. I promise if you listen to it as if it's about you, you're going to get so much to apply out of your life, right? When I looked up the event, the problem was that event was $5,000. And the event was in 8 months. I only had $100 in my bank account, and I had an ankle bracelet around my ankle, and I wasn't allowed to be out of my mom's basement or out of the city of Indianapolis for the next 3 years, let alone be in Florida for the event in 7-8 months from now, and only have $100 in my bank account, and the event is $5,000. But Spirit gave me a clear instruction. Kusudi, you need to go to this event. I'm like, Spirit, what are you talking about? You want to know the funny thing? Is Spirit gives you instructions without telling you how. Spirit never tells you how. And that's what stops a lot of you, is you're waiting for how. Okay, I know you told me to go do this. Well, how to do it? No. You got to figure that out through the process. Spirit just telling you, I need you to go to this event. It wasn't how. Go to this event. All right, cool. Go to this event. Well, the ticket is $5,000. I only have $100 in my bank account. Spirit is telling me to go to this event. I need to go to this event. So what did I do? I had a Jordan shoe collection. I had about 40, 50 pair of J's from when I was hustling. I started selling my Jordans. Right? I sold my Jordan shoe collection. I was making $11.25 making bagels for Walmart. Y'all, this was 6 years ago. It's funny to think that 6 years ago I was making $11 an hour, especially with the life that I have now. It's miraculous. It's beautiful. So I'm not teaching you guys anything from theory. I'm teaching you from my real life experience. 6 years ago, I was on house arrest making $11 an hour, making bagels for Walmart. Right? So I started working overtime. I worked 50, 60 hours a week, saving up my checks. And the last day that the ticket was still on sale for $5,000, I bought the ticket, literally leaving less than $100 in my bank account after buying that ticket. It literally put me back on broke. So now I have a $5,000 ticket that the event is in like 4 or 5 months now, right? It took me like 2-3 months to save up the money, right? But the event is in 5 months, but I still have over 20 months left on house arrest. The event's in Florida, and I'm not allowed to be out of my mom's basement because I have a GPS monitor on my ankle. So everybody thought I was crazy. Why are you going to this event? What are you talking about? You're going to this event. You're not even supposed to be out of the city of Indianapolis. How are you going to go to this event and it's in Florida? My brother's like, yo, who's Tony? You spending $5,000 to go meet Tony Robbins? Yo, give me $1,000. I'll call you every morning and motivate you. You ain't got to worry about spending $5,000 to go to this event, right? Right? But I had a vision, and I was given clear instruction. You need to go to this event. Buy the ticket. You don't need to know how you're going to be able to make it to this event. I had no clue how I was going to make it to this event. you need to go to this event. So I called my lawyer. I purchased a ticket. I called my lawyer. I said, what's up, Brad? I said, yo, I need to get off of house arrest early. He said, Kusudi, what are you talking about? You have open case. You still have convictions in 3 different counties. I said, Brad, I need to get off of house arrest early. He said, I mean, Kusudi, I can see, but it'll be a long shot. I said, is it possible? He said, yeah, it's possible. It's really going to be a long shot. I said, well, let's not focus on how difficult it's going to be. Let's just focus on that it's possible. Y'all got to catch this gem. Stop thinking about how difficult something is going to be. Stop thinking about what is the process, how rough, how much time, how can I? No, is it possible? That's the only thing I ask myself, y'all. When I have a big goal, when I have a big vision, something that could be like, oh, shit, like, damn, can I really do that? I just ask myself, is it possible? I want you to write that in the comments, right? Is it possible? In the comments. Is it possible? Yeah, I know you don't know how, but is it possible? I know you've never done it before, but is it possible? I know that goal seems so big, but is it possible? I only focus on possibility. Possibility gives access to creation. It gives access to create something way bigger than what is it that you are currently going to do. Is it possible? That's the only thing I ask myself is it possible? Can I do this? Is it possible? I don't even ask, can I? If you ask, can I do it? Your mind is going to say yes, it's going to say no. No, you can't do it. Why would you think you could do it? You have felonies. You don't have no degrees. How you think you're going to coach celebrities? How you think you're going to coach athletes? How you think you're going to coach multimillionaires? I don't ask, can I? I just ask, is it possible? Right? Is it possible? So, Brad, is it possible that I can get off of house arrest? Yeah, it's possible. Great, then let's focus on that. Right? Everything is possible. Exactly. There's nothing that's not possible. So, that next month, we spent time calling the courts, petitioning the courts. We petitioned the courts because I spent 17 months on house arrest. I got sentenced to 34 months. Because I did good on house arrest, I maintained the job. I told you I was working 50, 60 hours. They saw I was working hard. They let me off of house arrest half of my time. I got sentenced to 34 months. They let me off after 17 months. I spent about 1.5 years on house arrest. The 17-month mark happened to be 2 weeks before the Tony Robbins event. God told me 6, 7 months before that to purchase the ticket. And when I purchased the ticket, I had no clue on how I was going to make it to that event. I just followed clear instruction. And when you follow God's instruction, the universe starts conspiring in your favor. Who wants the universe to conspire in their favor? The universe conspires in your favor when it sees that you believe in yourself. They're like, damn, hold on real quick. Just picture you and picture me. Picture you saying that I want better. And then picture me, I'm on house arrest. I'm broke, but I sell my Jordan shoe collection, right? I work 50, 60 hours. I buy a ticket for $5,000, even though I had no clue how I was going to make it to the event. I went back broke in my bank account. Who do you think the universe is going to help, me or you? Like, just be real. Who do you think the universe is going to help? Person A or person B? The person A that's just saying they want prayer, or the person B that's doing everything possible in their human will in order to make something happen, even when there's so much uncertainty involved? The universe conspires in your favor when you take action on Spirit's instruction. I got off of house arrest 2 weeks before the event. I went out to the event because I didn't have money. I told you I spent all my money on that ticket. Right? I had to sleep in my car and wash up in Burger King bathroom. Right? When I repost this video, I'm going to include the clip of me sleeping in my car, washing up in Burger King bathroom so nobody thinks it's kept. I washed up, Burger King has the stalls where you like go inside of the stall and then it's like in the stall, it has its own sink. Like I wiped it out, stuffed it with paper towel, filled the sink up with water, and bird bath for 5 days, going to Tony Robbins event, doing everything possible just to transform my life. Just to change my life. I did all that just to change my life. You want to know the most beautiful thing, right? This is what's most powerful. This is why I tell you that story, right? First of all, that whole event shifted my life. I got mentors from that event. Because of that event, somebody asked me my story at that event. I told them my story. They recorded me telling it. They put it on social media, got thousands of views. That's what started my speaking career. So that event changed everything. But here's the most beautiful part. Is at this point, I've been to about 13 Tony Robbins events. And because of the connections that I made with the speakers, with mentors, with people that are prominent in his community, I've only ever paid for that first event. I've been to 13 events, and I only paid for the one that God told me I needed to go to and I needed to pay for, even when it didn't make sense. And because of his events, I've got a mentor out of that event. I met somebody through that event that became my mentor, a multimillionaire. He moved me into his crib with his wife and his 6-year-old daughter. And he taught me about business, and I raised $1 million for my company. All because I went to this one event. Because I went to this one event, I've raised $150,000 for my foundation, and I've taken 70 underprivileged minority Black and brown kids from inner cities to Tony Robbins events. Because of that event, I've been on stage with Tony Robbins. Because of that event, Tony Robbins learned about me, invited me backstage. Me and him had a one-on-one conversation, and he invited me to speak on stage. I was booked to speak for 2 days. All of that happened because I followed the instructions of Spirit, the first event, when it made no sense. When nobody could see it around me. Nobody knew who Tony Robbins was. Nobody had $5,000 to spend. Everybody thought I was crazy. But I had a belief. I know that God gave the vision to me. God didn't give it to my mama. I didn't need my mama to see it like I saw it. God didn't give it to my brother. I didn't need my brother to see my vision. God didn't give it to my homies. God didn't give it to my girl. God gave that vision to me. And I had to believe in that vision. I had to follow the instruction of that vision. Even logically on paper, it made zero sense. I'm on house arrest. I can't leave my city. And I'm purchasing a ticket for $5,000 in Florida, and I can't get my money back. What visions do you have that you're putting off because you're waiting for other people to see it the same way you see it? What ideas haven't you executed upon? Because the moment you told somebody about it, they put their doubt on you and they talked you out of your vision. They talked you out of your goal. What goal do you have that you're worried about so many steps of how I could do it, that you're letting the steps be the thing that paralyzes you because you don't know the steps? God doesn't ever show you everything you'll have to go through, because if you knew that you have to go through it, you probably wouldn't do it. So God doesn't show you up front everything you got to go through. God's not going to show you. If God had to show me that I was going to get shot in my head, I was going to go to jail, I was going to be betrayed, all the things that I've been through in my life to get to the point, I'd have been like, hey, yo, listen, bro, you could get that vision to somebody else. I'm not trying to be no speaker. I don't want to be no coach. I don't want to impact humanity. Well, you told me I'm going to get a bullet through my head. You tell me I got to spend a year in jail. You can hold that. I'm cool. You going to tell me that my best friend's going to betray me? You going to tell me that my ex is going to betray me? You going to tell me that the people closest to me are going to steal from me because they thinking I'm about to get sentenced to 10 years in prison? So my first week in jail, everybody stole everything from me? Nah, you can hold that. I don't want that. Sign me up for something else. If God was to show you everything that you was going to go through up front, you wouldn't do the vision. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't sign up for it. God only shows you as the unfolding come. Martin Luther King, he said a beautiful quote. He said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. I want you to start treating your ideas as instructions. Put 777 if this has been valuable. Drop a 777 in the chat if this has been valuable. I want you to start treating your ideas as instructions and watch how quantum leaps start occurring in your life. Watch how immense progress starts occurring in your life. Watch how you attract the relationships. You'll attract the wife. You'll attract the husband. You'll attract the business partner. You attract the opportunity. You attract the situations. Watch how things start drastically shifting in your life when you start following the instructions of spirit. You have to be willing to go out and have faith and have belief in what's possible for your life. I have story after story after story of when I followed the instructions of spirit. And I have story after story after story of when I didn't follow the instructions of spirit. There's so many times where God told me to do everything that has ever happened in my life that is quote unquote negative, especially the big things. I already knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to get shot. Somebody already told me I was going to get shot. I remember telling him the year I got shot, 2012. I remember telling my best friend, I said, bro, something's telling me if I'm not out of this city by the end of this year, something life-changing is going to happen. He said, bro, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know, bro. Something's just telling me I got to get out this city. If I'm not out the city by the end of this year, something life-changing is going to happen. And at the end of the year, I ended up getting shot in my head. The day that I got arrested, 10 minutes before I got arrested, I knew I wasn't supposed to leave the house. My mom was sick. I was supposed to be staying at home with her. I left the house with my brother to go re-up and smoke and do everything else. We stopped at a gas station. I'm washing my hands in the gas station. Literally, honest to God, washing my hands. I look up in the mirror. My heart stops. It said, this looks like a jail picture. I literally said to myself, this is like a jail picture. I left that gas station and 5 minutes later, I got pulled over, was running from the police. And within the next 30 minutes, I was downtown in my city, getting booked, taking a jail picture that looked just like myself 30 minutes ago. Everything that I knew, every time I didn't listen, shit happened. Every time I did listen, my life progressed. So I just learned to be still and listen. What is the next steps? What is it that you want me to do? You want to get to a place of stillness in your life to where you could listen and you could actually start taking action and start following spirit, start following God, start following your ancestors, start following your higher self and moving in accordance and in alignment with that benefits you the most. And watch how your life makes quantum leaps once you do that. This is what it means to follow the instructions of spirit. Know that they're not ideas. The idea that you can't shake is no longer an idea. That's an instruction. Treat it as such. And watch how your life progresses once you do it. It's a cheat code to my life, y'all. I'm sitting in stillness, I listen, and I act. It's a cheat code to my life. I'm giving you one of the biggest things that shifted my life. If this has been valuable to you, drop some fires in the chat. If this has been valuable, drop some fires in the chat. And any questions? I want to do a quick Q&A before I cut out of here. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? You can either ask the question in the chat. You can request to get brought on video. Are these valuable to y'all? I'm only going to come on live if it's valuable, man. Sometimes people don't value what's free. Any questions? Drop in the chat if you have any questions. If you want to come on live, you could get brought up on live. You know what I love? Veronica, I love you so much. I love Veronica so much. I love Leah so much. These are people who've already have invested tens of thousands of dollars in personal development. They've worked with me for over a year, and they're on every single call every single Monday. That's what commitment is. Like, y'all make me so happy. I appreciate y'all so much. Ralph, I value you so much. Ralph, I value you so much. You've already been part of Core and you on the call. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, somebody set the request. Let's see. Drop a question in the comments. Ralph, I'll make sure to message me. I'll make sure to get you the replay over. I just try to add somebody to the chat. I don't know if it added them. Accept. Okay, I don't know. Did it add them or? Nah, I don't know. He made it got nervous on me. All right. Any questions, anybody? All right, but listen, next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on the exact same time. Invite somebody next week, y'all. I want to hit a new goal, right? We've been consistently. All right, try to do it again. Here. I just requested you, Donnell. It didn't add me. I don't know why. Try to send another request. I'll try to add you. How I feel about Islam. I think any religious system that bring people closer to themselves is beautiful. There are cars. You gotta pick what car feels right the most for you. What vehicle feels the best for you? Am I coming to Birmingham? I'm not sure yet, Ralph. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. I tried to add my dude online, but it's not happening. So, all right, 6 p.m. next week, y'all. I want to get a consistent. We have around a consistent 20. Let's take it up another now. Let's add another 10, 20. Let's get to a consistent 30, 40. So next week, invite somebody. I truly encourage you. If this has been valuable to you, my only thing that I ask you is to share it. That's my only request. If this is valuable to you, then share it. Once the replay is over and it's uploaded to my Instagram, share it with somebody else. When you message me and I give you the Instagram, share it with somebody else. All I ask is that you share it. If it's valuable to you, support could be free sometimes, y'all. Yeah, support can be free. It's not working. When did you get your official growth? I say, bro, when I got out of jail, that was my biggest growth period. Like, I got my biggest growth when I made a decision that I wasn't going back. When I made that decision that I wasn't going back, that's when my life took to a different level. Decisions would change the world, would change your world. Yeah, decision will alter the course of your life. It is most people they don't make decisions. And like the root word of decide, it comes from decision comes from the Latin word incision, which means to cut off. It means to cut off. So when you make a decision, you're cutting off any other thing that opposes that decision. But most people they don't do that. They want something, but then they keep things together. Now you gotta decide. And when I decided that I was no longer going back to the streets, like a real decision. Like I've said it before, but like when I really and I knew it in my heart, I knew it in my spirit, my life started changing like never before. And I started taking actions towards it. My life started changing never before. What is my religion? Love is my religion. I love everybody. Love everything. Love is my religion. Did you have any setbacks? Hell yeah, I had setbacks. Bro, I'd have been shot. I'd have been in jail. I'd have been broke. I done made, I done had $500,000 in my bank account and then was negative 20,000. Bro, I've had so many setbacks, bro. It's impossible not to. Life is like the stock market. You just want you want this season lows to be last season highs. So like, if I was here and then I went up to here, by the time I drop back down, I want it to be higher than last low. So it's like it's stock. Like I may go up and down, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm progressing. So did you invest in programs that would teach you how to invest? Have I invested? Nah. I I invested in programs that made me a better me. I'm my biggest investment. So I invested in myself. I've maybe a couple things that taught me how to invest in other things, but I learned more about investments through relationships, mentors, people that were doing it at the highest level. But until you have an overflow of capital, then you need to be investing in you. Warren Buffett said the best investment you can make is in yourself. So most people want to get into crypto, Bitcoin, this, that, and the third. The best investment you can make is in yourself. And then once you have a surplus of money coming from yourself, then you can put it in other things. Trust me, bro. You really don't learn a lot. You can go put $10,000 in Bitcoin right now and it drops. You won't learn nothing from that. The only thing you're going to learn is I should not have put that much money. But if you put $10,000 into your personal self-development, your growth, and pursuing your ideas, your business, and it doesn't work, you would learn so much that you could use in order to make the money back. But you really don't learn that much from it, investing in shit that you didn't have control over. Except I should not have did that. You and Yaku would be an amazing collab. Yeah, that would be dope, bro. He's fire. All right, y'all. Peace. Next week, 6 p.m. I'll meet y'all here. Please invite. Please send it out. Please share my content. That's the only thing I ask is to get it to more and more people around this world. I'll see y'all next week, 6 p.m. next Monday, y'all. Peace.